Now they're back in their own podcast. Sit back, relax, Still Spinning is here. Still spinning. Still spinning. Still spinning. Still spinning.
Hello, spinners! A Vibraslap means it is time to start episode number 120 of the Still Spinning podcast. I'm Dan, she is Nicole, and we thank you so much for joining us, whether you're watching us live as we record this on Monday night, whether you're listening to the podcast as it drops. I don't even think the kids say that anymore, do they?
I have no idea. The kids just say 6-7.
Okay.
That's all the kids say.
So let me ask you about this.
Yes.
What the hell does that mean?
So here's the thing. It doesn't mean anything. They think it goes back to a song that was released sometime during the pandemic, but it doesn't actually have a meaning. They say it to annoy the crap out of adults.
Okay.
The odd thing is, when the pandemic hit, Comedy Sports Chicago started doing online shows.
Yeah.
So we were doing shows on Twitch. When we wanted people to clap, we were like, put 6s and 7s in the chat. Type 6 and 7 in the chat. That was our way of asking them to applaud. I don't even know who started it, but we didn't take that from anyone else. That was something that evolved from our shows. So I'd like to think that we are to blame for the 6-7 thing now. But there's always something these kids, because I do a lot of shows for 8th grade, like middle school kids, and there is always something that means skip it a toilet. Like what? That was all last year.
Which is
toilet.
Fine, because we did that stuff too, right? Like we had like,
but
you know.
6-7 is a new one.
Yeah, and so I don't know what that meant. And I said that at Starbucks today. I said it to the people working behind the counter, and they all just stared at me. And I said, yeah, that's pretty 6-7. And they're staring at me like, what'd you say? And
Like,
I'm
were
like,
they surprised you knew the
well,
reference?
but I don't know the I don't know what I'm talking about. And
but I think no one does. I think
right.
I don't even think the kids know.
This is kind of what they explained to me, because I'm like, all right, seriously, what does that mean? And I said, I don't want to be using it wrong. They're like, you can't use it wrong. They're like, it doesn't really, it just means whatever. And I'm like, how can a word just mean nothing? And like everybody says it, like, what are you guys talking about? They're like, we don't know. Because even at Starbucks, they're like, no, this is the younger. He goes, this is not even us. This is younger than us. He said, and we hear it here.
Kids in school right now.
Yeah. So whatever the hell. Okay. That's
6s
too
and
funny.
7s, baby. But it's just funny to me that that's what we used to do for applause, because we couldn't see anybody. You couldn't hear anybody. It was all on, Twitch and Zoom and stuff. So I'd like to think that we kicked it all off.
Any hoodle. Thank you all so much for joining us, and we do appreciate that. All right.
Look at Paul's got 6s and 7s in the chat. Speaking of kids these days, God, it's real sad. It's real sad that this is our life now.
Can we just acknowledge? Okay, so here's what we need to start coming up with. You know how like a lot of times at universities they do this thing where they acknowledge that they're on stolen land or something like that. Okay. All right. We need to, which is ridiculous, because you know what?
Let's not go down.
Give it back. Then give it back. Then either shut up about it or give it back. Anyway, we need to start acknowledging, like, look, this is like, kids are just stupid. Everything they do seems to piss us off now. We are of that age where we need to have an acknowledgement at the beginning of the show saying, listen, we know we were young once too. Mm-hmm. I know we probably annoyed our parents. Mm-hmm. I still believe this generation is worse at it
100%.
Than we were, but 100%. I think we need to start every show with that acknowledgement.
Should we just rebrand the podcast to Kids These Days?
Yeah.
And it's just us bitching about, because it's kind of what it is.
Yeah.
But Kids These Days, the article from The Conversation is titled, More Young Adults Are Living with Their Parents Than Previous Generations Did.
Yeah.
Yeah. A potentially worrisome trend is emerging among young adults. Instead of landing a job and moving to the big city after graduation, many are moving back into their childhood homes instead. 1.5 million more adults under the age of 35 live with their parents today than a decade ago. That is a 6.3% jump, more than double the rate of growth for the young adult population overall. This kills my brain.
Yeah.
Now, they're saying there's a couple issues that they accredit in this article. The first one is affordability. Over the past decade, urban rents have climbed about 4% per year, while wages for full-time workers have increased by only 0.6. That means it's harder than ever to live in a big city on a typical salary, especially if you're a new graduate without much work experience. And it's even more challenging for aspiring homeowners because the median house price in the U.S. has risen about 90% in just 10 years.
Yep.
More than 6% each year. And as prices rise, the median home sells now for more than $400,000, which is ass cheap in Chicago. You're living in a basement for $400,000 in Chicago. But the ages of home buyers are also rising. So the median first-time U.S. home buyer is now 38 years old.
Wow.
That's up from 31 about a decade ago.
Yeah.
Now, I agree. These are all probably very valid reasons that kids are moving home. But I also feel like the generation right now that would be this 20-something, you just graduated, they're the participation trophy generation. They never really had to work for anything.
I
they
think
didn't learn how to lose.
I think these are the kids of the participation. So they're like participation trophy times 2 now.
Yeah, so I think there's something to be said for, it's just, well, I never had to do anything, so now I'll just go home and not do anything. If I had moved back in as an adult in my 30s, I would have some rules.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I don't think kids these days have rules in the same way.
So I was thinking about this. So not only are these kids the participation trophy generation was
that's
like
millennials,
I said,
right?
Yeah, that's the previous one. That was even kind of towards the end of our youth, and that was everybody just got a trophy. There was still first, second, and third place trophies, but then everybody else got a trophy too, just so everybody got a trophy. Now we have so gone far past that. Now everybody wins. Now we don't even have you guys lost, you won. We have little league games where they don't keep score, right? We've taken away. So it is times 2 or 3 of how bad it is with just your regular participation trophy generation now.
Oh, man, it's so sad. It honestly hurts me to my core because I feel like we're kind of raising a generation of I don't even know how to describe them. We've also been talking a lot about, just in my circle, and small businesses and things like that. Like Vegas, for example, is dying.
Yep.
Las Vegas is really, really hurting right now. And a large portion of that is this youngest generation that in their early 20s, they don't go out. They don't party. They don't drink. If they do, they're not doing it at a bar. They might do it at home, but I don't even know that they drink that much. They just sit on their phones. They don't even watch a movie on their television.
Yeah.
They're on their phones or they're on their laptop or their iPad or whatever.
We need to put a huge asterisk here for Wisconsin, but everywhere else.
Correct. Yes. Kids still drink it in Wisconsin and probably in the farm country in Iowa as well.
Right. Yes. So let's just.
But a large portion of them are not going out and partying the way other generations have. And businesses are suffering. Like bartenders, I think we've even talked on the air about bartenders specifically, but we see it at the theater too. The show ends, the bar's empty. People aren't
instead of people hanging around till 1 a.m, just having the rest of their night there. Yeah.
No.
So,
apparently it's because they got to get home.
Yeah. And which is weirder because they don't drive. They take an Uber home now. They don't have to.
Oh, that's also true.
Yeah. They you would think they'd now be able to stay out and go nuts. Can you imagine if Uber was a thing when we were oh Lordy, everybody, you could Uber driver would have been a 6-figure income.
Yeah.
So, another thing I was thinking about too, again, this is spoiled generation, the spoiled generation of a spoiled generation, probably of a spoiled generation now. But the other thing is when you moved out of your house, first place you moved out, if it wasn't to school, but the first, and even when you went to school, when you stopped living in the dorms, what did everybody's first place have in common? Shithole.
Oh yeah. Shithole and roommates.
Yeah, okay. But I was married, so yes.
Fair enough.
But shithole, and it was just we don't make enough money to live in a nice place, so we live in a shithole, and it's you know what? Yeah, there's crap falling off the walls, and there's, the paneling's coming. You just went, okay, well, that's what I got to do for a few years while I'm, and it wasn't even a thing. You weren't embarrassed by it. You weren't embarrassed to have friends over. You weren't, because we all lived in shitholes when we first moved out.
With a futon.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd have a futon.
Mattress that, was like, lucky if it came from someone in your family, right? Otherwise you would just take a mat. Yeah. I mean, we didn't care. And the kids today, these young whippers now, they won't do it. They will not live in
below their means,
because their parents won't let them a lot of the times, right? Oh no, you can't move. Like, so that, you look at you probably have done this. I had a friend probably a couple of months ago whose daughter was graduating from college and was moving to Chicago. Mm-hmm. So I hopped on Zillow just to see what apartments in Chicago are available. First of all, I will say this, even in the crappy areas, the apartments, the inside of the apartments, generally pretty nice. I mean, they're, it's because, again, nobody will rent them, but they're so expensive. Like $2,500, $3,000 a month for a 1-bedroom apartment in, like, that would have, when we were growing up, would have been like $300 a month or some, crazy thing. So I don't know. I think a lot of it is just like the kids, they don't want to drive. They don't care about getting their driver's license. Mm-hmm. They don't want to work at a crappy job. And
oh, yeah. There's a lot of that, too, where they're like, well, this is what my degree's in, and this is what I'm going to get a job doing. It's like, no, you get a job to pay your bills. You got to work at Starbucks. You go work at Starbucks.
Yeah.
They also talk in this article on another downside of this generation living with their parents is the socializing aspect of it. Mm-hmm. Because they spend all of their time at home online with their parents, who are clearly of an older generation than they are. So they aren't out meeting people in the same ways that you used to, right? Yeah. Like, even just going to your building and doing your laundry, you would meet people doing that, right? Or you're at the laundromat. You might strike up a conversation with someone at the laundromat. And they just don't have those same interactions with people because they're living at home and mom's probably doing their laundry.
Well, and we've compartmentalized our friends. Like, we only, like, now, because I don't have to meet somebody at the laundromat. When I'm at the laundromat, I can look at my phone. Oh, and yes. I don't, all of my friends are right in there. I don't actually have to go make new friends, and I don't have to learn how to deal with somebody I disagree with. I don't have to learn how to work for a crappy boss who may or may not, at the end of the, when you get a little older, you go, okay, I see what they were saying. Right. Like, those lessons don't happen anymore. Yeah. So yeah, it's just, I don't know. It's
we were talking about this at our gym after class, just like that idea of Vegas. Somebody was going to Vegas, so that kind of started that, people aren't going out. And somebody was telling a story of how they went out with one of their younger coworkers, like they were at a conference in New York and they actually went out and were standing there, chit-chatting, and he was kind of checking out a girl at the bar, and the person was like, why don't you go talk to them? And he's like, no, I could never do that. I could never walk up to someone and start talking to them. And my brain exploded. It was like, I talk to people in the bathroom all the time. I'm sure the generation that's below me is horrified.
I can walk up to somebody and start talking to them. And
100%.
I can engage in just the other day, downtown Waukesha, there was a guy, clearly a homeless guy, right? And he was just sitting there, and I'm walking by. I stopped and talked to him for a couple minutes just because I was waiting for food to get done. Sure. But it's like, I'm just like, well, I could learn something from this. I don't know. Yeah. It was like, it didn't even dawn on me that nobody else would stop and talk to this guy, right? Because we all just keep our heads down and everything. But he was just sitting right there, like, hey, how you doing? I think he was a little drunk, but
hey, you know what?
Hey, who isn't drunk at 1 o'clock in the afternoon if you've got nothing else to do, right?
6 and 7.
Again,
6 7,
6-7, Wisconsin, asterisk.
Yeah, but it's that same idea of people are scared to have real human interactions in real life now.
Yeah,
it makes teaching communication skills with improv very interesting. Let me tell you that, because people are terrified.
Up next, well, this sort of goes along with that a little bit. Listen, if you are an employee, you're on notice, and I'm talking about everybody. Amazon, Walmart, the nation's 2 largest private employers. During the pandemic, and actually even in recent years, they have swelled with number of employees. Amazon said that in 2021, its workforce had grown to more than 1.6 million. Said in 2021, the workforce had grown to more than 1.6 million people. Walmart.
That's insane.
Yep. Walmart said last year they planned for 150 new stores would create jobs across the United States. Well, now these retail giants are changing track, laying off workers. Just not hiring. Amazon said this week it will cut 14,000 corporate jobs.
Ooh.
Saw its stock jump after reporting that sales grew 13%. So sales are up. Sales are $180 billion, and they're cutting 14,000 jobs.
What?
And the thing is, it's not just them. What is the thing behind all of this? Walmart CEO Doug McMillon said that at a company event in September that AI is set to change literally every job, and that his workers would have to adapt. Well, what the workers you have left.
I was going to say, it sounds like they have to adapt to unemployment.
Now, I will say that Walmart did say that we are expecting to keep our 2.1 million strong workforce steady for the next 3 years as it uses AI to evolve employees' roles. But look, I mean, we all know where that, I mean,
evolve their roles.
Yeah, we all know how
to
that,
get rid of them.
Right, exactly. And this is happening all over. Google, YouTube, all of these companies are cutting employees by a lot. I'm just got a list of companies here that are, and these are the big companies, right? These are the massive
ones. They're
ones.
the ones that can afford the AI infrastructure.
Yeah. But smaller companies are starting to lay people off too, because they're not getting the work from the big companies that they used to get too.
Because now AI is doing it.
Yeah. So
oh my God.
Yeah. AI. So if you are somebody,
oh, we're screwed.
Living at home,
with your parents,
with your parents, and it might not be the worst idea now, but, could you just if you are somebody who works at, I'm not trying to denigrate anybody here, but let's say you work at Taco Bell.
Yeah.
And you have no skills, right?
I'm sorry, working at Taco Bell takes skills.
Fair. I guess what I'm saying is you have no advanced skills in some computer degree. You have nothing that can't be replicated by AI. And because trust me, there's drive-thrus right now that are using AI to order. You're talking to nobody. The thing will come on and say, "Hi, can I help you?" And you're placing your order. It's AI taking your order and repeating it back to you.
Me?
No, I'm not. This is the big. There's who did I just see? There was
It doesn't matter, but
yeah, and get this, we're not saying it's somebody, in another country, because you've seen that before too, where banks are
we
using
talked about that with the hotels, right?
Yeah, and banks are doing it too, where you pull up to the outside drive-through lane, person pops on the screen, they're not even in the United States. They're talking to you, and they're live streaming from Singapore or where, I don't know, somewhere else. But let's say you're one of these people and you just have no extra skills to add, and all you have is I can, and how many people are good at that right now, right?
Yeah.
Not many.
But I do try to give a lot of grace because they're working. Anyone who what I mean?
Yes, yes.
I try to hold it together if the Chipotle line is taking a long ass time.
No. And I guess when I said I'm trying not to denigrate somebody, I'm not saying that that I know that's hard. It is hard work if you're actually doing the work. It is hard work, and it's not. What I'm saying is that is very easily replaceable. If you could just think about this, if you can, you think it takes a human being to put the beans into the bowl and to put this amount of rice on the top and to put it you don't think they could come up with an automated system to do that?
Oh God.
So
it's so scary.
It is. And that's my point. What's going to happen? What happens when that does end up happening? What happens to everybody?
Right. We're all screwed because already unemployment is very high and people are really struggling to find jobs. So what happens when none of us have jobs anymore and we can't afford to live?
Mm-hmm.
Because
that's what
AI
I'm saying.
is taking over.
And rents are so expensive. And I know it's terrifying, quite frankly.
I kind of want to throw up. It really does. Ugh. When I moved to Chicago, my 1-bedroom apartment was $750. Now it's that same apartment, I guarantee, goes for at least $2,000 a month.
Our first house was $300 a month. A house.
Yeah.
Whole house.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Now, granted, it was a shithole, but it was the full. Okay, so Marnie says it's in the classroom too. We just had a staff development today on how to incorporate it into the classroom. It's terrible.
And how do you even stop kids from using AI
I mean, there's
to do their homework. That's like the other side of the thing too, is like nobody's learning anything.
well,
And that's not the teacher's fault. Like it's
Right.
so easy. Think about it, used to be hard to cheat. When we were kids,
I
not
would
to
say-
get on the back in my day, but we got out the old encyclopedia if you needed to learn something.
yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you had to
Hey,
do like
let's-
actual labor.
The Space Shuttle
cheat.
Challenger just took off. Let me roll back and see what's up with the space program. Okay, so my encyclopedia in my school stops at the Apollo 14 mission, but okay,
Right.
we can catch up. Yeah, well, I will tell you this. I know teachers. Here's the funny thing: like teachers know which kids are using AI to write the reports because they
Oh, I'm
know
sure.
they're like, "Look, you're too stupid to write this report. Like, you can't use words like this. You can't. So don't tell me you did it. I know you didn't do it."
Yeah.
And teachers know their students better than, so they know who's.
There was also there's a big online sort of kerfuffle that you can tell if AI is involved if they use an N dash or an M dash. I can't remember which one of the dashes.
Yeah.
Which it's a very certain type of punctuation that gets used in certain situations. And if you see it, it almost is guaranteed to be AI because most people don't even know what those are, let alone how to use them correctly.
Yep. I know.
So,
all right.
It's bonkers, everybody.
So y'all on notice, workers.
Y'all on notice. Dan, do you all have a dishwasher?
Yeah, she's upstairs.
I swear to, I can't even believe I opened the door to that. Jenny, my apologies. Dan, you are an ass. Now, for those of you who didn't listen to the Early Spin, which was the radio show Dan and I had together, every week we had a segment that called Dan's an Ass, Nicole's a Hag. And it was all why Dan was an ass that week or I was a hag that week. This one, I know why. This week. Oh, she's even.
That's kind of what I was hoping. Like,
Mhm.
is she watching this? Yeah.
Yeah, she is every freaking day. Do you have an appliance that is a dishwasher?
Yes.
Okay.
Now,
Do
I will
you-
say, by the way, we equal. I don't know. I'm not gonna say we equally wash the dishes, but it's probably 70-30.
Yeah.
So
To Jenny.
to Jenny, yes, and
That checks out.
Yeah.
Do you
but I
wash
do
your
the
dishes
laundry.
before
I
you?
do most of the laundry.
Oh, interesting.
Uh,
I actually really like doing laundry.
I like washing it because we have a new wash machine. I don't
Mhm.
fold. I'm not a folder.
Oh, interesting.
90-10. I mean, I feel like I do it some more than I don't know. She's
I
probably
ask
right. She's
because I
probably
need
right.
to know.
Yeah.
Do you or does Jenny? Do you wash the dishes before you put them in the dishwasher?
When I do the dishes, I rinse them off. Jenny does not. She will take if she makes like spaghetti or something, she'll just take that whole, like, you'll open up the thing after she puts the dishes in there,
Yeah.
and there will be like half a gallon of spaghetti at the bottom of the dishwasher. So no, she I do. She does not.
And I asked because there was an article that just came out a couple days ago in Real Simple magazine. Should you rinse dishes before loading them in the dishwasher? We finally have the definitive answer because this has kind of been an ongoing topic in my house, and
Right.
I'll tell you why in just a second. My mom embedded in my head that we had to always give our dishes a good scrape and rinse before popping them into the dishwasher. So it felt a little too good to be true when I saw experts recommending skipping the rinse and loading your dishes straight from the table into the dishwasher. And then it talks about their own personal experience. But experts unanimously say you should be fine leaving all the cleaning tasks other than a quick scrape of the biggest food bits into the trash to your dishwasher. Because dishwashers and dishwashing detergents have improved by leaps and bounds over the past several years. And newer models, anything past 2010, have advanced sensors and filtration that adjust the wash based on water dirtiness, so pre-rinsing can confuse the sensors and make cycles less effective. I think this is BS. So at our
I
house,
feel like somebody just didn't want to wash.
correct.
Yeah.
At our house,
Mm-hmm.
we wash them. I don't even mean rinse necessarily. We wash them, and my husband just put it in the chat, which is exactly what I was going to say. He says the definitive answer is that you rinse them off so you can use them again without dirtying another plate. That man, if there is one plate in the dishwasher, he will continue to take it out and reuse it until I run the dishwasher because I have used a new plate every time. I have thoughts.
On the other hand, will not use it. I remember one time when Jenny was in the hospital for a couple of weeks. She came home and I was actually drinking out of the Yahtzee cup.
Because you just didn't want to wash.
I'm not doing the dishes. Like yeah. So like
but did you have a dishwasher at the time?
No.
Oh, okay. So you manually did not want to wash your
right.
glasses.
And so in my head, I'm walking around going, well, I need to drink something. I'm like, well, I'm out of cups. Wait a minute. I know where there's a cup.
Do you know how dirty a Yahtzee
Probably
cup
right.
is?
Yeah.
So dirty.
Again, we lived in a shithole. We talked about this. So it doesn't,
fair enough.
at that point, it doesn't matter. Like that.
I can't really say too much because there were points in my life when I was in my 20s that I didn't want to do laundry. I love doing laundry now, but this was at a time when I did not have laundry in my place. So I had to go to the laundromat, that I would just go buy new clothes instead of actually going to the laundromat and doing laundry.
That's what I would do. I would go buy paper plates and cups and everything, so I didn't have to do the dishes.
So I really get that. But I do think it's interesting because I've also read a lot of articles that, the little pod things that you drop in for your dishwasher, that those are actually really bad for your dishwasher because that plastic doesn't necessarily disintegrate and it gets stuck in the filters. I also see a lot of Instagram reels saying I should be cleaning out parts of my dishwasher and parts of my washing machine that look disgusting. So I don't know how that all works.
Yeah, I bought laundry detergent or laundry cleaner tabs the other day.
Did you?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that makes sense. Like you need to clean right? Like at some point, I don't know, but
I don't know either. My Consumer Reports actually gave the Kirkland laundry soap very high.
Oh, nice.
Very high ranking. So that's what we use now.
Yeah, we use pods. Although I went back to liquid detergent for the washing machines. Don't use the pods in there.
Yeah, is it because of the plastic and you don't want it to get caught?
Nope, because I never had a washing machine that actually had a working liquid dispenser, and so.
I just pour it in the basin.
No, there's a dispenser at the top that you put it in.
That's
it drops
for the bleach.
No, that's on the side. I have actually a dispenser for powder, for regular liquid, and for fabric softener, and it drops them in at the right times. And then there's a fourth one over there for bleach. So, yeah.
Might have to do a little investigating on my washing machine.
So you're just pouring it in right? I honestly, I don't think that
I don't
it matters.
put the laundry in. I start the water, and then I put the soap into the water and let it foam up a little, and then I put the laundry
I think it goes in pretty much early on in the process anyway, so I don't know that. I don't know. But
I used to dump it all the way around, and then I was like, how is it? I don't know how it all works, to be honest with you anyway.
Well, this is a we're getting so old episode, but so this new washing machine that I purchased has like a clear top, so I can watch it.
I mean, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, but it's annoying because did you know that on these are HE high efficiency washers, right? Like all the new washers that have come out in the past few years.
Sure.
Your water doesn't go over the top of many of these things.
What?
When I throw clothes in, my washing machine senses how many clothes I just put in there, and I'll just hit start and it will adjust and go, okay, this will take 26 minutes or this will take 48 minutes or whatever based on what I threw in there. But the water doesn't completely cover it. It doesn't. There's like about, I don't know, 2 inches of clothes that stick out. And I looked it up. That's supposed to be that way. That's done on purpose.
Are they getting clean then?
That's what I said. And apparently, yes, it is. It's just not using. I know. But part of me is like, well, I just want to open it up and throw some more water in there. Just because I can't
like
look in there.
Eggs, right? You want it just over the top.
Right. I'm looking in there and I'm like, well, that's not right. That shouldn't be. That should at least cover that's how washing machines work. But apparently they don't anymore. Not these HE machines.
So, well, I'm glad I can't see into mine then. Yeah. Although mine's definitely older, so I don't think it has that.
The new one's pretty cool. I mean, it's literally you just throw it in. There's like 4 knobs. You can is this bedding? Is this, like there's some things that will adjust. Do you want like a deep tub wash? Like you want the tub to fill up. So let's say you're throwing in, you throw it in like a comforter or something. Yeah. Yes, I want that all, but it literally there's 4 or 5 senses your 4 or 5 positions you can choose. You throw it in and it does all of this stuff for you. Wow. Figures out what's in there. Figures out how long it's going to take.
Wow.
It's pretty cool. Yeah.
It's real fancy. I never change it off of the whatever it is, just the top, middle, normal.
Yeah, that's kind of where
very rarely I'll do a delicate if I have like a dress or something that I'm washing, but generally speaking, nope.
Yep.
Don't change it.
All right. Well, listen, is that it? Are we done?
Oh, Dan, we could complain for days and days and days, but
We can keep going. I got more we can do.
I know we do, but maybe we leave on that high note. That's Deep Tub Wash.
Dan's
rap
gangster rap name, Deep Tub Wash.
It used to be my nickname in high school.
Yeah, boy. What'd you say? That was your nickname in high school? I think we should wrap up now,
and
Nicole.
On that note, all right, everybody, thank you all so much for joining us. In case you missed us last week, you didn't because Dan was really sick. So we apologize for skipping. But you know who did get content? Our spinners.
Yep.
Do you know why? Because they pay us.
Yes.
So if you would like content, even if one of us is on some sort of, sickness bend, or I didn't want to say anything too bad, then you can go to stillspinningpodcast.com to sign up, to find out what levels you'd like to sign up for, and we give bonus content almost every single week on Fridays. And, if it's your birthday on Friday and you have not signed up to be a spinner and you are related to Dan Dybert, I mean, I don't want to shame you, but also, okay.
Yeah, I mean.
Get off your slow horse and sign up. Speaking of slow horses on Apple TV is an excellent television show. All right, everybody, we really appreciate you. We'll be back on Monday to celebrate the sinking, not celebrate, to commemorate.
Yeah, boy, that's
wrong way to set that one up.
Boy,
Whoa,
yes.
Yeah, that's chill with Dan.
Then we're gonna laugh out and do a whole improv set on the bombing in Lockerbie, the plane over Lockerbie, Scotland. We'll get to that next week. And
then we're gonna talk about Peshtigo, Wisconsin.
Oh yeah,
it's gonna be on fire, everybody.
Wait till next September 11th. It's gonna be a crazy show.
Jeez.
To
we will commemorate
the
anniversary of the wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald. And I haven't asked him yet, but there's a chance we might have a live performance of the Gordon Lightfoot song. Gordon won't be doing it because I'm pretty sure he's dead.
Gordon is dead, yes.
Yeah. But someone I live with might. We don't know. I haven't asked him yet, but he just heard that in real time with you all. But we will be back.
I've heard that the legend lives on.
Ooh, from the Chippewa and down?
Yeah. On the big lake they call Gitchagumi. Yeah.
What are we talking about? Tune in on Monday to find out. We'll be back next week for the live podcast, 7 o'clock on Monday, Central Time, Central Standard Daylight.
Which, by the way, almost the exact time the Edmund Fitzgerald sank. Oh. We will literally be talking at the exact time 50 years before that the Edmund Fitzgerald sank.
Oh, man. We might have to do a whole special episode about the Edmund Fitzgerald.
Oh,
I know anyone who could.
You're going to learn something if we do that.
I'm going to learn something no matter what, Dan. Every time I talk to you, I learn something. But we appreciate you all so much. Go to stillspinningpodcast.com to sign up to be a spinner, to find out how to buy a shirt, to do all the fun things. Otherwise, we will see you Monday. Have a great week, everybody. Spinners, Friday. You got bonus content coming.